Hey, it's Shawnee in the back with an episode of Shawnee's Lab. So, I want to come in here and talk about MTV. So, they have the Vanguard Award, which is in honor of Michael Jackson's legacy and what he's done for music, specifically for television as well. So, if you're not familiar, the Vanguard Award is the MTV award that's given out as the music award, for anyone, that basically, outshines, or brings a certain level of body of work, to music. Now, when you think of Michael Jackson, you think of albums like Thriller and Bad, all of his classic albums, Off the Wall. Michael Jackson has revolutionized music. He's revolutionized music videos. Like, for one, for Michael Jackson, making the Thriller video the way it was, or actually, for a matter of fact, all of his videos, they were long, they were storylines, he was the first artist to make a video that has a continuous storyline, or basically make videos, that were like mini movies, So Michael Jackson has revolutionized the way we see movies. I mean, not movies, music videos, the way we listen to music, etc., etc. Um, Before Michael Jackson's videos were being aired on MTV, they actually used to refuse to play black music and black music videos. So, it was very racist at that time, So when Michael Jackson came in, especially with Thriller, the movement was so hype and the music was so good and the video was, being watched so well that MTV had no choice but to play it, and then so forth and so on. Things began to change, they started to play more black artists, they were starting to nominate black artists for their music awards and things of that nature. So Michael Jackson has done a lot, not only just for music, but for MTV as well. Like, MTV seems to forget that black people have built them to what they are today. If it wasn't for, black music videos or black music, if it wasn't for TV shows like Yo MTV Raps, if it wasn't for these things like that, MTV would not be this big conglomerate that it is today. Like, it was the black people watching it. It was the black television shows. It was the black music that has actually kept it going. Now they have a bunch of reality shows and the bullshit that, nobody really cares about. But, it was, black music, excuse me, that built MTV to what it is today. And because of that hit piece documentary, or mockumentary as we should be calling it, MTV is deciding they want to remove Michael Jackson's name from the Vanguard Award. Now, I don't understand how someone could die and then two people can come out and just make up legit lies, even though, their history proves that they're lying. Their timelines prove that they're lying. And the fact that, they waited until Michael Jackson died is one of the most eerie things that, about the entire case. It's not fair to go ahead and try to remove him from, a legacy that, he's worked hard on building. Michael Jackson, is known as the king of music for a reason. His albums, his sales, his music, his videos, everything about Michael Jackson. Like, you have to remember, Michael Jackson been doing this shit since he was a kid. They have not been able to find a similar artist to knock Michael Jackson off his game, to knock him out of the box, nothing of the sort. So, Michael Jackson deserves the well-due respect and credit, that he gets for doing the things that he does. I don't understand MTV wanting to remove him from the Vanguard Award. That mockumentary was a hit piece. It wasn't a factual documentary. And again, Michael Jackson isn't even here to defend himself. And for MTV to do what they're trying to do is really messed up. It's really messed up. So, we need to, what can we do? I mean, the only thing I can say is we cannot support MTV. We cannot watch the MTV Music Awards and Movie Awards, anything of that nature, because what they're doing is just not right. You can't just let a mockumentary or a hit piece or people's lives, deter you away from celebrating, one of music's biggest legends. It's not right. It's not cool. I'm getting tired of, seeing, the hate and just the disdain for Michael Jackson, all because of a mockumentary. Like, again, if he was here to defend himself, if there was tangible evidence supporting, those two men's story, then I would totally understand. But there's no evidence supporting their stories. There's nothing here for us to, wholeheartedly believe them or to take away from, the legacy that, Michael Jackson has left behind. It's not right. They're trying to remove and dismantle him, from history. The same thing you do with a lot of people, but it seems to only be getting done to black artists. So how do you guys feel about, MTV doing what they're doing? Are you still willing to support MTV's award shows? Are you still willing to support MTV in general? Do you feel like, that it's satisfied or justified for them to removing Michael Jackson's name from the Vanguard Award? Let me know. I don't think it's right. I don't agree with it. And, this is just not going to do anything besides have me not support MTV.